Okay, so one of the reasons we're going to do these video podcasts is we know that in today's world, so much of the search on the internet has to do with people looking for answers to questions. And carbonmonoxide.com has been around for about 10 years, and its predecessor, um, which was a little more complicated domain name, has been around for another decade. So it's been 15 to 18 years that I've been writing about carbon monoxide, in addition to another writing about brain injury online for almost 30 years now. Um, but search is becoming much more specific. AI is guiding search results. So one of the things we want to do is start to address um, frequently asked questions and maybe the more complicated questions that might follow. So And ultimately, we will probably publish this as a series of videos, maybe one larger one every week or two, and then cut up some of the pieces. But I had a question for you to ask me um, before we started, and let's see if we can take on that question.
Well, why don't we lead up to it, Gordon? It's a little bit of a
Sure.
chemistry lesson, so it's a great question. It's one that comes up frequently, even with professionals who get these two molecules mixed up. But why don't you tell everybody why we call it CO?
Well, we don't want to give away all of our secrets, but one of the confusions in this case is that people tend to use CO2 and CO, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, interchangeably. And these two molecules are not only not interchangeable, they're diametrically different in terms of how deadly they are and what role they play in the cycle of life.
So why
So,
is carbon dioxide harmless and carbon monoxide so deadly?
well, carbon dioxide is the byproduct of clean combustion, the byproduct that then plants take out of the atmosphere and turn into the carbon-based plant product that we eat, that all life uses for fuel. Carbon monoxide is an aberrant molecule that really shouldn't exist in nature and only exists because some type of burning process, we call it combustion, is incomplete and not enough oxygen is available to take the CO2, two carbon atoms, and combine with one oxygen atom, CO. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. One carbon atom with two oxygen atoms and give you CO2. Instead, there's not enough oxygen and you just get CO. And CO is dangerous for a couple of reasons. One, it is a poisonous um, chemical molecule that the body recognizes as being poisonous. But the other is that it is chemically similar enough to the O2 oxygen molecule that we need for our bodies that the lungs and the blood system think they're passing oxygen. But CO2, carbon monoxide, is actually far more likely to grab onto the hemoglobin in your blood and thus takes the place of oxygen and will essentially asphyxiate the cells. This process of asphyxiating the cells sets off an inflammatory and an immunological response that really creates not just a hour-long or day-long poison event, but can go on for weeks and years.